Hello, welcome. In today's video, we're going to take a look at two types of irony. That is dramatic irony and situational irony. So first of all, what is irony? Well, there are essentially three types, but we're only going to focus on two. Irony is a literary device that authors use to create a situation that is opposite of or different from what you, the reader or the watcher of the movie, might expect. So it's always different from our expectations, and it can lead to either funny situations or really dramatic, sometimes horrific or scary or really sad situations. Like I said, we're going to focus on two types of irony in this video. The first one is situational irony. Now, in this type of irony, the reader thinks something is going to happen in a situation, but then something unexpected happens, usually the opposite. Usually it is hilarious. It leads to funny events that happen on stage, or probably a joke of some kind. In this case, if you look at the picture, this is a school for the gifted, which means the exceptionally bright students end up going to the school. But we have this child here who's pushing a door that clearly says pull. So this would be situational irony because it's the exact opposite of what you would expect of a student who goes to a gifted school. Now, let's take a look at an example of situational irony. Tim Kiley is one of the world's top chefs. He is best known for his signature dish, triple dipped chip steak. This masterpiece contains over a pound of beef braised in duck fat. Another of Chef Kiley's more celebrated dishes is the ham slaughter supreme. This dish features ham stuffed sausage links presented in a basket made of braided bacon. While carnivores around the world roar for Chef Kiley's creations, it is unlikely that Chef Kiley will ever dine with them. As a longtime vegan, Chef Kiley would never dream of devouring one of his own dishes. A great example here of situational irony, because you as the reader, you expect that Chef Kiley loves meat and probably eats it all the time. But what's interesting here is that he doesn't even touch the stuff. He only eats vegan dishes or vegan foods, and he would not enjoy eating the meat. Now, let's go back and look at the other type of irony that we have, dramatic irony. This is when a character on stage or in a book or in a movie believes that something is happening, but actually the opposite is happening, or something entirely different is happening. You as the reader or the audience, you know that the character is working under false beliefs. You know that the whole story is hinging right now on what the character believes. This can lead either to hilarious or tragic situations. Now, again, let's take a look at an example of dramatic irony. Tom has always liked Lucy, but Lucy has always thought Tom was annoying and unattractive. One day, Lucy comes home to find an eviction notice on her door. An eviction notice means that the landlord of the house is telling her to leave, basically. Apparently, her roommate has been spending the rent money that Lucy was giving her on other things. Lucy only has 24 hours to get all her stuff over to her mom's house, and Lucy doesn't even have a car, but Tom has a truck. So Lucy calls up Tom and asks him how he's doing. She tells him that she's always thought he was funny and that they should hang out sometime. Tom thinks that Lucy has finally come around and is beginning to like him. He also thinks that his jokes are funny because she is laughing after everything that he says. Now, I'm sure all of you are thinking, oh my God, Lucy sounds horrible. She's really mean. But that's not the point here. The point is the irony of the situation. You as the reader, you know exactly what is happening. You know what's happening with Lucy, with Tom, Lucy's roommate, you know everything. Tom doesn't. So if we're looking at this from Tom's perspective, he thinks everything is amazing. He thinks Lucy loves him. They're probably going to have a relationship. But unfortunately, readers know that Lucy doesn't like Tom and Tom believes the opposite. So this is an example of dramatic irony. Couple of things to remember here. One, dramatic irony is used to convey intense emotions. It gives the audience or the reader or the person who's watching the movie a sense of excitement or thrill. For example, in horror movies, the character enters a dark room while hearing a woman's voice. The audiences don't get scared because they know beforehand that the woman's voice was just that of the character's mother. So you've seen the mother go into the room, she's probably cleaning up, or maybe she's looking for the light switch. So you know that this has happened, but the character who's about to enter the room doesn't know this. So that's why it's dramatic irony, because you as the reader or the watcher, you know this, but the character doesn't. Remember that situational irony happens when what is expected and intended to happen doesn't take place. It's either something different or the opposite. The result could be, again, either serious or comic or hilarious. This type of irony adds more meaning to a situation, making it more interesting and thought-provoking. Here's another example for you. A man whose house was in the woods put a booby trap to protect him from wild animals. So you may think, or you may believe, maybe this man is going to catch a wild animal, or he's going to be protected because he's got traps all over the house, so no wild animal is going to come in. One night, while walking, the man didn't see the trap. He injured himself. The booby trap was intended originally to protect him, but it is the one thing in the story that actually attacks him. So this is situational irony because the opposite of what we expected to happen happens. All right, that's all for now regarding these two types of irony. Thank you very much. Please remember to read the first 3 pages of the worksheet so that you can refresh and review the information given before your class. Thanks. Bye-bye.